Accept our lavish gift of 8 loads of furniture. Thank you very much. Oh, we're getting some good gifts at this point. Very happy about that. Now, we have got a little bit of law. Let's go and see if there's anything we can afford with that little bit of law. Construction, which would increase the amount of health points our buildings have, but not fortifications. Trade, we could afford persuasion, decrease the opinion penalty for failing requests. That may become necessary. And we've got nothing around here. Now, logistics might be a nice one. Increases the movement speed of haulers by 10%, but that's a very expensive one, unfortunately. Let's see. Distribution increases the capacity of peddlers' tents and apothecaries by 30%. That might be quite nice, actually. Increases the amount of workers by 5%. You're just going to be able to do more work because you're more diligent. I like it. It increases the amount of fame we get. Theology increases the amount of magic points you get. And bureaucracy increases the amount of taxes generated. So, you know, there's quite a lot of interesting things there. Ooh. How much would you be? You are significantly cheaper than bread. Not that we are getting any bread at the moment. Well, that's just annoying. Very well, I accept. I shall purchase your worst. Such a curious statement to make. Oh dear. Hello neighbour, we require your assistance in one of our projects. We have a shortage of 8 loads of wine. May we expect you to make the contribution? You didn't think it was just gold, did you? No. Every now and then they'll ask for something other than gold, and sometimes you'll be able to get it, sometimes you won't. There is a fairly hefty penalty for failing a request, but we'll dispatch the wine. It's easy enough for us to do. Let's go ahead and set down a forester's hut. We don't need mushrooms planted here, though. That should be fine. Now, more or less all of these places should be capable of upgrading. This last little house that we need to upgrade. Level 6, and we just need a tiny bit more of a push, and we're going to be able to complete this, in fact, next month, effectively. Look at all of these people with their fancy clothes. Minding their own business, very well. Also minding her own business. Cartwell? Ah, there we are. I was going to say, aren't you going to greet me? My lord, how rude. I'm probably going to say, yeah, we need more. We need a lot more in the way of medicine, I would say. Okay, protecting the coffers. There's also gold here. Let us mint our own coin with your face on it. Coin with your face on it. Let us also get a couple of spearman squads to protect the whole enterprise. Okay, we can definitely do that. I approve of putting my face on coins. Okay, so here is our gold deposit, and thankfully there's a little bit of copper there as well, because we're going to need to mine both. So first, a gold digger's lodge. We'll place you, sure, we'll place you there, and we'll possibly place the second one just over there. But then we want a coal digger's lodge, more or less in the same place. It'll be able to reach that from here. We'll have this running up alongside, I think. That'll look quite nice. In fact, we'll round that off. Oh, that's perfect. Next, we're going to want somewhere which will store both the gold ore and the coal. As you might expect, we're going to need to store these things. Now, finally, we need to build a mint. To build mints to produce more coins, you will need 2 gold diggers lodges and 2 coal diggers lodges per every mint. That's quite convenient, actually. Okay, so a gold digger's lodge there and a coal digger's lodge there. And finally, we can build ourselves our very own mint. However, we'll place the mint over here. And furthermore, we will place... actually, no, we don't need to store it. Because gold is just going to be turned into coins, it'll go straight into our treasury. So that's all well and good. There we are. Perfect. I approve. Now, how are we doing for clothing? We're not yet building up a stockpile of clothing, which is a little bit of a shame. But we are starting to see a stockpile of medicine starting to accrue, which I'm very, very happy about. Now, we've got enough room for a tiny amount more people. Only 8, and we need 5 to get all of this. But what are we going to do with our squads? Because we're going to need iron, we're going to need coal. We need a second district. I do like building more districts. Okay, there we go. We've begun the construction of a small area that will help bolster our workforce. Already we have more room than we need, which is fantastic. And I'm just going to place down a little blocker. Well, actually, no, the blocker should be right there instead. I actually really like using these hedge walls as the perimeters for where I'm going to put the tile blockers to prevent our peddlers from going in the wrong direction. That's actually pretty cool. So we should have enough down here. Wow, really? You're gathering all that? Okay, I am actually remarkably impressed. Don't accept any more of these. Don't accept any more of that, though. I don't want you to... Oh, man. I don't want you to start sending that out until I want you to send it out. Damn it, this is going to grow faster than I intended. Scallywags. Oh, well. We're doing reasonably well down here, though. We're going, however, to need to set up the smelting of iron. Now, we could alternatively do a bit of research, but I think we'll get rid of these ore deposits first. Makes a lot of sense to do that. Let's have this running out here, down there. I think that'll be fine. A little bit further down here as well. Okay, now how many people we got? We've got a little tiny bit of unemployment. Ooh, can we buy more bread? Oh, thank goodness. Need more bread. Bring me bread. There we go. I accept. Am I selling all the wine? Yes, I am. Ooh, am I... No, I have not set this one up correctly. There we go. That's a little bit of a shame that I can't just enter what I want, because I know exactly how much I want. There we go. Right, so we're going to need to set up a iron diggers lodge. We'll set up 2, and then we'll have some coal diggers lodges over here. Sure, we'll have one there, and between the 2, we'll have this set up to accept coal and iron ore, 12 of each. Finally, we need a smelter. Where are you? The smeltery. There we go. We'll build just one for now, and we'll hope that is going to be enough. But we do want these iron bars reserved and held for the time being. There we go. So we're going to start producing the iron that we need. Now, for spearmen, have a look at you. You're going to need chainmail. I do believe that. Oh no, we are going to need leather, unfortunately. We're going to need a little bit of leather for the chainmail. That is a shame. Alright, well what we can do here then, since it is very specific what we need, we'll accept 12 iron, and I would like to request, rather, the 12 leather. I'm going to add that onto our trade. Who's giving us the best deal? You are. Very well. However, there's not actually that much leather available. You know what? I'll buy from both of you. There we go. That way we should be ensured that we'll get what we need. Alright then. So that should all be stockpiled there, which is fantabulous. Next up, we want... Ooh, these are large buildings, aren't they? That's a little bit of a potch. I could have them set up over here, though. Shouldn't be too much of a problem on the whole. Right, I only want spears. It's the only thing I can build anyway, but that should be fine. There we go. And these should now produce everything we need. Now, we are shy 45 jobs. Well, drat. You know what? Since you are already helping these people to have the upgraded homes, I may as well continue it. There we go. That should get you a little bit further as well. We're not currently collecting taxes from these people, but we should be. So let's go ahead and pop down a tax office and, of course, a constabulary as well. And that immediately is like, no, don't put us this. Why? This was a good neighborhood until you did that. Well, I am sorry, but we need to make sure that there are no criminals lurking here. Because, you know, this kingdom hasn't exactly had the best track record with not being burglarized by its own citizens. Don't blame me, blame yourselves. Right, research is available. Fantastic, we've got quite a lot of research there. Now, we could go for mining, but I am actually thinking, we're not quite there for diligence, but logistics would be quite nice. Sure, Research level 1 logistics. Now, the next one will be for 20%, and the one after that probably 30%. So our haulers are going to be a little bit faster now, which will be quite nice, because I am seeing that there are a couple of bottlenecks around with materials being moved about. There's some of the leather there. Fantastic. Should we have a little bit more? Yeah, I think we need, rather want, more production of wine. So let's go ahead with that, shall we? We can probably fit you in there. Yeah, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. There we go. And we'll have a fourth over here as well. There we are. That should boost it quite a lot, actually. Hello neighbour, we require your assistance in one of our projects. We have a short of 6,400, my lord. These are getting a bit silly now, but at least they increase the amount of time you have to comply by a lot more. There's never an option to well, you can simply decline, but it's a massive penalty. There doesn't seem to be anything other than, yeah, sure, I'll do exactly what you want for nothing in return, or I'm just going to insult you. There's no like immediate trade, but it does seem that when you get that big wallop of opinion, they do send you gifts afterwards, depending on what they produce. So, for example, there, loads of iron. Sure, yeah. Well, hold on. I will make something that can accept more. I want all of the iron. All of the iron. Sure. This one can just be for iron then, and this one can be for coal. There we go. There. Now what will happen is I'll be given that option again shortly, and at that point I will accept it. There we go. This place looks wonderful down there. This place looks wonderful down there. I am fairly happy with all of this. Okay, so we need 2 spearman squads. And what is our population? We need another 32 workers, unfortunately. Yes, accept. Thank you. Trade limit increased. Very nice to see. Let's go ahead and build out a little bit more. Now, I'm going to build a different... Ooh, getting a little bit close there, aren't we? Okay, we're going to move this along then. And I'm going to build this out in a slightly different way from normal, and you'll see why in a moment. Let's build this out into a 9. There we go. And we'll have a big old road going all the way around. There we go. Now that's going to evolve fairly quickly, and that'll give us quite a wallop of workers. Now right now we don't have a quarry, but we can build a mason's lodge. Not too far over here. Let's get this going up there. We will allow them to connect. Sure. However, I'm going to say that I don't want them leaving this area, so let's pop this down about there. That'll be the restriction there. Right, okay, so I'm going to want stone to be mined and then just accrued. Stone is not used in any mid-tier production, at least I'm not aware of it. You don't refine it into something else, but you do use it when building. We'll build, yeah, sure, two masons there. They're going to tear through that like nobody's business. That's not going to be there for very much longer. Let me put it that way. We are accruing quite a lot of iron. Okay, cool. Everything's going reasonably well. There we go. And as those upgrade, you're going to get a lot of workers. An awful lot of workers. Perfect. We've got extra room for 32. Right, we need 2 spearman squads, so I think it's probably about time that we built these, isn't it? Sure. We'll. You know what? I think having the spearman squads reasonably close by where my tax offices are, probably a good idea, actually. Yeah. Let's pop that one then as well. So I'm fairly certain but they will automatically go out and slay any scallywags who cross within this area. That will be good. So these burglars who keep trying to nick our stuff will be taken out pretty bloody quickly. Now, this is why I am mining all of this stone. Right, if we go in here, we've got fountains and statues. And we want... let's go all in and get a big old fountain. There we go. This house cannot evolve until... Oh, sorry, I thought that was telling me something about the placement. But you'll notice these have an 8 tile radius. That has a 6. So if we place this in here, bump. Look at that. The whole thing in one go. It's a dragon! Oh my lord, it's a dragon that's fishing! That is quite possibly the best thing I've ever seen. That's like the thumbnail for my Stardew Valley. I had no idea. That's the first time I've built a fountain. Originally, I tried this setup with a tree in the middle. But what I found is that while it would affect the houses in the cardinal directions, it wasn't quite enough to hit the corner houses. So I'd end up having to use quite a lot of stuff to get the right effect. But that fountain can do it all in one go. And it's quite pretty at the same time, in my humble opinion. Quite pretty indeed. Let's build this out in that direction. This little garden here. Wow, they really are upgrading quite quickly. Perfect. We're starting to build up our spearmen at the moment, and we've already gone through all of the iron and leather, unfortunately, way faster than I would have liked. I'll be honest with you. Super duper fast compared to what I would have liked. But oh well. Right, now all that remains is for us to wait the time to gather up the 2 spearman squads. Hello! Someone's trying to make off with my money! Now, to see if this works. Are you gonna get taken up with my guardsman? Please be taken up with my guardsman. That's right. Try and skedaddle past my guardsman. No. My guardsman. Guardsman, go forth. Slay, scallywag. Yes! Ha-ha! Got you, you little git. Finally. There we are. Perfect. As you can see, I have placed down a library so we can increase our lore a little bit faster. And now we're going to see, are we lucky? No, we're not. Oh, well. We'll pop these in instead. There we go. I am going to be placing down some nicer things around here. For example, a statue would look glorious right by there, I think. Pomp. Now, we are almost there for the squads. Oh, look at that. That's a glorious statue. I approve. We're going to have some seats around this, just around there. And then we're going to have... Will that affect it? No? Oh. Well, that's a little bit pants, frankly. Can we get those? There we go. Now they point the right way. Sure, we'll have these going all the way around. That's fine. Then we want some pretty flowers in the corners. There we go. Oh, that actually looks perfect. Then we'll frame these with some nice plant pots. And finally, have cobbles going all the way around. Oh, that's beautiful. I like it. It does nothing for the rest of my place, but I like it nevertheless. Cleaning up. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to settle here after all. Giant spiders and wolves are lurking outside the city. We need to get rid of them before it's too late. Higher level houses provide lots of lore points, which can be spent on making troops stronger, expand our trade routes, and more. My lord, giant spiders everywhere. Make friends. I'm sure they just want a hug. With all of their 8 legs, they probably give amazing hugs. Ah, you bunch of spiderist fools. You don't know what you're missing out with. Right, we're going to get all of our people over there, just in case. Because I do think they're actually going to come and attack us, unfortunately. Right, whilst that's happening, let's have a look at our military then. Leadership increases the maximum number of squads to 10. Is that the maximum number of squads? I'm going to assume it's maximum number of squads. New trade units get 50 EXP. Increase the amount of XP your units get by 15%. That's quite nice. Raiding, increase the amount of loot you get from attacks by 10%. Also increases the chance of successful attack. Is that when I attack other people? Oh, that's amazing. Increases the amount of damage your units deal to invaders by 10%. Axe mastery, spear mastery. Here we go. We need a lot more than I actually have. Dread. Studded armor. And scale up. We can't afford any of those, which is frankly a little bit disappointing. Let's have a look through here. Rivals are less likely to attack us. Increase the opinion penalty. Increase the opinion bonus for gifts. Opinion bonus take 30% more time to fade out. That would actually be quite nice. That is also very, very expensive. Super expensive, in fact. We're going to increase the amount our peddlers can hold. That's going to help out a fair bit, I imagine. Right, let's wait for all of our warriors to get together. They can fight the spiders And then we can head out. How are we doing for unemployment? We're actually not doing too badly. Not doing too badly at all. Honestly, at this point, I could have another spear barrack set up. And I think I might, in fact. Alright, let's see how this goes. How strong are our spearmen? Let's have a quick look. Can I get any info from you? They do 4 to 8 damage, medium movement speed. They reduce incoming damage by 8% per point. Reduces inflicted damage by 8% per point. Oh, okay. Per point? That's an odd way of wording it. Experience points, hit points, they've got a reasonable amount. They have block, has a 25% chance to block incoming damage. Deals 25% more damage to mounted units, and has medium armor. Okay, that's fine. We should be okay here since our spearmen are actually ganging up, which is very, very nice to see. That being said, we may start losing people if we're not... Yeah, we've lost one. That's very unfortunate. We're probably going to lose 1 or 2 more. More furniture, I accept. There we go. We've actually got quite a few of them killed at this point. Fantastic. We lost 2 people, though. That's a bit of a shame. In fact, that's quite a shame. Okay, well, let's get out there. We need to go and take this on. Go, go, go. And as we get more people, they can come and help you. I think that should be fine. Right. That looks amazing, though. I'm very happy with that. You can just be as is. In fact, actually, you know what? No. Let's go ahead and build this lovely cobble area around. It does look quite pretty, in my opinion. Very pretty. Over here, let's see. Let's have a. Oh, a fountain's gigantic though. Let's have this just built in there. Another. Oh, that's an archer statue. I like it. We'll have you there and you there. That should do well enough. And we are going to want some. Oh, well, we're going to need this going all the way around. Actually, there we go to make sense of it all. There we are. And we will place down these. Now, I didn't watch my spearmen. All I was watching was the fact that people were actually going down, which was unfortunate, but we've expanded out. Where's the next spider's lair, then? Got to kill a second one, apparently. Oh, no, wolf den. Okay, that's fair enough. Ooh, the wolves? Yes, sir. I'm actually quite concerned about taking on the wolves. I'll be honest with you. I feel that we may die. You want 8 loads of clothing? Sure, we can probably do that. There you go. No worries. We expanded that out a little bit and we're doing fairly well. You know what, though? I think we actually need an extra spearman unit. So I'm going to go ahead and get an extra spearman unit. Then we're going to have you down here near our gold supply. And I'm going to wait until we've fleshed that out. And then we're going to send them down to the wolves together. Okay, we have got 3 full groups of spearmen, and also this place. I'm very proud of this place. It looks gorgeous. I like it. I've even started adding cobbles around the perimeters. It really, really makes this place look lovely. I love how much you can do to improve the aesthetics of the of your little towns in this game. It's really, really the sort of thing that a player like me just adores. And there we go. That should help out with the unfortunate lack of furniture that we're suffering at the moment. Right, okay, time for us to go forward, though we have got a little bit of research that we can pop into something. We could have tradition, no, drill maybe? Yeah, but it would be nice if they got a little bit of extra XP, but at the same time, we could increase their armor a little bit, or even their damage. I think their damage would be a better one to increase. So yeah, sure, we'll pop a little bit into that. The next one will increase it by 2. Right, we need all of you. Can I select you all? Yes, glorious. Get down there. Go. Attack. This is... Oh, will you get down here, please? Thank you. Now, unfortunately, my lord, large pack of direwolves is... Yes, because we're attacking them. What do you expect them to do? You're silly. Alright, everyone get involved in this. Everyone, there we go. We are going to lose people. They are doing redonkulous amounts of damage. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, I should have gone for armor. Well, on the plus side, we're doing redonkulous amounts of damage ourselves, and there were more of us, so, you know, it's not too bad. Thank you very much. We are not hurting for money anymore. Not even slightly. There we go. That's right, just take this down. Shouldn't take you too long, I don't think. Though, yeah, we lost a lot of people. My goodness, almost a full squad's worth, in fact. You need wine. I think I can spare a little bit of wine. No worries. We've got so much wine. Oh my good lord. Let's make this city truly prosperous. We need to reach a 2,750 population, have redonkulous amounts of gold, and collect 750 lore points in a year. That shouldn't be too particularly hard for us to do. Right, I would like all of you to go home. Get on. There we are. Right, well that means we can now expand this place, and I am very excited for that. Let's bring this out a little bit. We're going to want one more of these wonderful fountain districts, or fountain clusters rather. There we go. And we'll build this around there, and all the way back down, and finally, plonk, right in the middle. Oh, look at that. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. However, we're probably going to start having the same kind of problems up here as we had down there with the peddlers. So I'm going to preempt that and place down a new peddlers right by there. That should do everything we need, I would say. It doesn't seem that we've got any particular trouble with that over here. Are we actually stocking furniture at all? We're not. Are we really not? Oh my lord, they're just gathering it from afar. Very well. Let's set this up there, and we want to bring over at least 12, well, at most 12, and at most of both clothes and furniture, and that should take care of that. Now then, the last thing we want over here is a minstrel's guild, I feel. About there should in fact do. There we go. Perfect. You can go out there and cheer everyone up and gather all kinds of fame for us, and it's going to be grand. And down here we will have another little area for some decorations. I really like how pretty you can make your towns in this game. Not enough games give that option, in my opinion. Really not enough. However, yeah, sure, we'll set this up on camera. In fact, you can have little canals. Maybe in the next district we'll do that. We'll go with another statue. This one though, it's going to be built a little back. Yeah, we'll pop it right by there, and we'll have just the benches on the sides. We'll have this one go all the way around. There we go. We will not have it go past here though, because here we're going to have some trees, I think. One there, one there. Perfect. And then we'll have cobbles around on that side, and between the trees too. And we'll actually have a little bit of gardening there. Yeah, quite like that, actually. Quite like that. Perfect. Okay, now this place is going to upgrade fairly quickly, I should imagine. You know what? We're probably going to want to expand out our next district in this direction. So, probably wise for us. Oh, this is going to be nasty, though. But we do need to go and get rid of this warlock. So, charge! No. Okay. No. Wait, before you do it. One of you isn't there. Someone... It's false start, everyone. Sorry. Someone is a scallywag. Get over here, you. My lord. Go forth. There we are. Right, we should be okay. I have no idea what I just accepted. Oh dear. What did I just do? Notes? Is there something that says notes? I clicked on things too fast. Oh no! The plague of all people rushing in a game. Well, scallywag. I have no idea what I just... requests. No? Oh, phew. I was very concerned. Very, very concerned. Now, the problem with a warlock, though, they do a lot of damage. Get in there. Go on. There we go. You go for the warlock. Get out down there as quickly as you can. Now, they're just going to... It's going to kite you all over the map, unfortunately. And you are going to die. in droves, you're going to die. Oh, actually, you've managed to hem him in. Oh, no, no. There we go. Bloody kiting mages. Oh, well. If you keep running away, we're going to destroy your tower. And what are you going to do without home, eh? Hopefully leave, honestly. I mean, there's already too much death. I can see there's loads of corpses just littering the ground. Terrible. I could have you just going around the map picking things up, actually. Like this book. Go there. Collect that book for me. New trade route. Let's have a look. Do we really need anything more? I don't think so. We could sell some clothing, but we're not really making nearly enough. We could sell stone. That's not a bad idea, actually. Sure. Okay, we'll sell stone. I'm not going to use it too much more.
Sorry to interrupt,
what?
Your Majesty.
Wait. No! No, it's going to get away. Someone get there, down there and stop him. No! No!
At your
God!
service. You'll never catch me.
Ah, you cocky so-and-so, you.
Yes.
Please! Please go get him!
Yes.
Run!
Yes.
Ah, that is annoying. You made off with a lot of money, too. What a scallywag. Hey. Oh, well. You're going to go and collect that book, which will be good. Wow, we got a lot of lore. I totally didn't notice that. I'm a derp. Okay, well, let's see. Diligence wouldn't be a bad one to get. Increases the amount of jobs that we've got. Taxes would be nice as well. Let's grab that. But I think after that we're going to start pumping it into mining. Quite a lot into mining at that point. Have we gathered that book? No. Yes, actually it appears we did. Wow. Okay. Absolutely worth going out and collecting that kind of thing, it seems. Very well. With that, though, I'm going to send all of you home. Go home.
Yes,
No? Only one of you is going to go home? That's quite annoying. Why do you allow me to multi-select if you don't actually listen to the orders I give you? You scoundrels. Right, well, we need to increase our population by a fair old bit, which also means that we're going to need to drastically increase pretty much everything else as well. It's not just building houses, we're going to need to expand everything else to accommodate that, including, but not limited to, furniture production. And I think I'm going to tackle that one first, actually. So, we're going to want some extra woodcutters, some extra sawmills as well. And we should actually be okay with the number of carpenters we've got. It's turning into quite a little industrial district down here, actually. Thank you. Sure, I'll accept them. Right, well, I'm going to crack on, basically expanding out our support services. And when you return, we'll be setting up our next district. Okay, as you can see, I have set up the very beginnings of a new district. We're just waiting on everything to flow in there. I've expanded our cloth-making enterprises a little bit and also expanded quite considerably the storage for our wine, because really that was the bottleneck. It wasn't the production, it was the storage by far. Let's actually, on that note, expand out our ability to do trade, shall we? Let's add in... Oop, there we are, thank you very much. Another 2 marketplaces so that we've got quite a lot of trading potential there. I've expanded out a little bit our ability to produce furniture. We've also expanded out very slightly on this one our ability to make medicine. I really think perhaps we need a little bit more of that though. So let's pop down another herbalist hut there. And on this side, place down a new forester. Again, we'll make both trees and mushrooms there. I don't think there's any need to restrict that one. But there should be plenty of wine and medicine. That doesn't seem to be something that we really struggle for. Oh, actually, this one down here hasn't got any medicine, which is a bit of a problem, considering how prevalent the plague is the moment you take your eyes off it. Now, we are going to need to gather a certain amount of lore points in a year. And so that necessitates building a new library. And I love building the libraries because I can decorate them. But we need houses of level 4 before that even makes the slightest bit of difference. So we'll be waiting on setting that up. In the meantime, we can definitely put down a roadblock there. Now, hopefully, this will get set up fairly quickly. We need food, which is the problem. Where are you? What? Why are you going? No, really? You better not be heading down there. You should just be tending to people up here. Why are you not? Is this not working the way it's meant to? Because that's meant to prevent peddlers from going. What? Where's my peddlers? My apothecary is doing a fine job, but you... I feel you may not be. Actually? Alright, well, I'll build another one. I'll build this one over there. Right there, in fact. Now, this should only be able to visit these ones. Hopefully. There we go. We're seeing some people actually getting fed now. My goodness. That was a bit of a saga. Right, we'll get the tax office. And, of course, we'll get the constabulary. There we go, even though that's not going to make any particular friends here. Right, now, as for where we're going to place our library, I think I'll just have all of these places decorated down here, like so. There we are. Ooh, there we go. Very nice indeed. Research is currently available. Fantastic. I'm not sure what I'm going to go for. Ooh. Lavish gift of logs. Yes, thank you. They were very useful. I completely did not throw them in the bin. Not even a chance that I would have done such a thing. No. Right, we're going to want you. Yeah, but well, actually we could have you set up there quite easily, and it would be glorious. There we go then. Get rid of you on either side. I do like that you only need one tile to connect, and that's good enough. Because in some games, you actually need to cover an entire face, which is a little bit wasteful in my humblest of humble opinions. Over here, I think we're going to do something very similar to the one we did. On the other side, we're going to have a large statue. Sorry, a fountain. Oh, again. Beautiful. Oh, you actually have benches, though. That makes for a bit of a problem. Now! Where? Scallywags. Guards! Come forth! Haha! Got you. Well done, guards. Right, well, we're going to want the fountain about there, then. Pop. And we're going to have to run a path all the way around. Like so. That's a little bit of a shame, actually. Sure, we'll allow this through at these points. And again, we're going to want some nice decorations around there. There we go. In fact, if we're doing that, then we can afford to decorate this in a very different way. So I'll actually have these plants there, but in here, we'll go with... Sure, we'll place these down and we'll have benches. There. Oh, that's actually quite lovely. Quite lovely. However, I'm going to want to change things up a little bit. Yeah, I dislike that they're at an uneven position there. So I'm going to get rid of those for now. We'll have instead some really... The flowers are going to be that uniform. Must you throw a spanner in everything I do? Game, you're being very unkind to me, I must say. We'll do something like this instead. Sure, we'll accept all of those. Then we'll get that going all the way around. Going up there as well. Lovely. Quite lovely. And over here in the same way. Okay, that's good enough there. Ah! Sure, you can have the money. We've got oodles of money. Though, that is actually a requirement for us, so I probably shouldn't give it away that willingly. And get all the way up there. Right. Now, we're going to have quite a lot of decoration in this district. There you go. Beautiful. Now, by comparison, you guys are really getting the poor deal here. They get beautiful fountains in their little courtyards, and you get just a couple of trees and some bushes. But you know what? They're blackberry bushes. And these are elderflower trees. So there you go. At least you can gather beautiful things from all of this. Really? These evolved? They might well have, actually. That's quite unsatisfactory. Quite unsatisfactory indeed. Oh well, we gotta wait for more people to show up then. Now, how's everyone else doing? Is everything going okay elsewhere? I think it probably is. At this point though, we are hemorrhaging money on our military when we probably don't need to. So, I should probably look into getting rid of some of that. Are we stockpiling clothes? We actually are stockpiling clothes. Okay, then I accept. You may trade clothes. There we go. Sell them. All of them. It's fine. Now, what we could do is we're starting to run a little bit shy on coal, but we could also start trading. We can't trade iron. Right. I can, however, trade coal because we are going to put a little bit of lore in there, at least enough to unlock our ability to mine coal like so. At that point, we can just go ahead and place these down over here if we want, since they'll allow us to deliver direct to the... Can we fit that in there? No, apparently not. Very well. Can we only have 2? Ah. Oh, not enough stone. That's why. Okay, fair enough. We'll wait for a little bit more stone to be gathered. How much stone do we have? Not nearly enough. Very well. Shouldn't be too horribly long before we can place those down. And with that, we can just sell on the coal, which should bring us in a little bit. I'll set this one up able to accept coal, just for those times when no one wants to buy it. There we go. We have reached our population goal. So now it's just a matter of waiting for the money, really, and being able to accrue enough lore in a single year. That shouldn't take too long. Once all of these are set up, then we should be good to go. I am a little bit concerned that we're not getting enough peddling over there. So I think what I may do, this is more out of necessity than anything else, we're going to set up a peddler right up here. There we go. It's a bit of a drastic measure, that one, but it's all I can think to do to try and solve that problem. I'm not sure why that peddler is kind of bugging out, but it seems to be. Let's clear these, and then we can have cobbles going all the way around as well. There we go. There we are. That should start sorting things out, I think. Okay, we're very rapidly approaching our goal. Only a few more moments before we get there. Oh, it's actually taken a fairly long time for us to get to this point. Oh, my lord. Thank goodness. It took us ages to get it. In the end, I actually built so many coal mines just funding our gold mining so that we were smelting more gold and trading pretty much everything that we produced. But finally, we are here at long last. Hooray for us. But with that, I'm afraid that's the end of this episode. I'm sure quite a lot of this one will be cut out because there was a fair bit of waiting in this one compared to the others. But in the next one, which may well be the last, we will find out a little bit about the Northerners and probably fight off some trolls, judging by the name of that mission. Now, this is the only one that I haven't played and completed myself, so that'll actually be quite an interesting one. I do hope you've been enjoying this series so far, though, and do let me know down in the comments below if you have any feedback. But until next time, and as ever, do remember to leave a like if you liked, and sub if you haven't, and I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.